Grand Theft Auto 6 is the most expensive media item ever made. Far more than any other movie, way more than any other video game. The entire industry depends on GTA 6 being a huge win at the holiday sales. But all of that could be destroyed now as leakers apparently have the game and are ready to damage everyone involved. Today we'll tell you why GTA 6 and its leak online could signal a downturn, an explosion, an inversion of everything in the gaming industry. Hello folks, and welcome back to the Pro Channel. It's a great day here, even if it's not a great day for those who are making GTA 6. Lauren Connor is with us. Welcome aboard, Lauren.
Thank you.
Happy to be here?
Absolutely.
Me too. I'm sorry to everybody at Take-Two, though. This is not going to be a fun one. Folks, click the like button and let's dive in right now. Ramifications, I cannot say how big this is, but imagine if Disney was about to release a massive Star Wars film back in 2014-15, and imagine if The Force Awakens leaked 2 days before. That would be what this is, right? This is huge. Let's talk about it. From Mashable, they've got this GTA 6 plain video leak suggests CyberLeak has playable version of the game. It says a group called CyberLeak released a new video with a shocking end by Matt Binder. We are not going to put any of the images or videos up for obvious reasons. We'd rather not have the end of the Pro Channel occur today, so we will not be putting any images up from this. But it says at this point, leaks showing alleged gameplay footage from the highly anticipated Grand Theft Auto 6 video game are a seemingly daily occurrence. However, the latest video footage from the leaker group known as CyberLeak contains a clip at the end that points to something more shocking. If the clip is legitimate, it suggests the leakers may have actually gotten a hold of a playable version of GTA 6. The latest GTA 6 video leak from CyberLeak shows gameplay footage of a plane flying over a city, with the city landscape appearing highly detailed in this flyover. And then at the end, the game's protagonist, Jason, shoots at a wall the word L-E-E-K, leak, spelled out with bullets. What is this doing? Well, billions of dollars already wiped out from this. Take-Two has lost around $2.8 billion in market value, which, by the way, is more than the astounding cost of GTA 6. Grand Theft Auto is being made at a cost of about $2 billion in change. $2.8 billion wiped off the stock market for Take-Two. The stock value was $248 per share before the leaks. Now at $233, the company's total market value fell by more than $2.8 billion in less than 2 days. Lauren, the market has not taken into account yet these new leaks that suggest the entire game could be put out online. If that happens, the anticipated $6 to $8 billion in sales would be gravely damaged, and frankly, this could sink the entire gaming industry. There are so many out there who are depending on GTA 6 doing giant, massive holiday sales. Other gaming companies have avoided the entire holiday season because they don't want to go up against GTA 6, so there's nothing really to replace it. Lauren, this gets really ugly really fast if this isn't shut down, and I don't see how they can stop it.
Quote a glue here, and I hate to say this, but it's worse than that, Pro.
All right. By the way, we're playing a trailer, Lauren. This is a trailer released by Take-Two. We're not playing anything from any of the leaks. Go ahead.
So clearly what they're doing is playing the non-online component, because otherwise they wouldn't be able to authenticate and play. This is going to give further ammunition to the industry to say that they're going to require authentication of the online component for everything so that they can prevent these kinds of releases from working. That's another blow that's going to be to the gaming industry, and it goes to arguments that PlayStation and others are making that they need to be able to control your library and ensure that everybody who accesses that library is authenticated.
Well, what's amazing about this, Lauren, just the production of this is $2 billion, marketing not even included. This GTA 6, then, is something like double or triple more the most expensive movie ever made. This is an unbelievably... Let me put it this way. The idea that they don't have an authenticator that makes it where you can't play it outside of the offices is unbelievable. The alternative to that is that this leaking group is so good that they have managed to code this game, go in and code some way to pull the authenticator out, which would be unbelievably difficult because you'd imagine that it's encrypted in some way. So whatever's happening here is bonkers.
That actually goes to another argument as well, which is that it's hard to believe that they would be able to get a copy of this without somebody internally providing it to them. And so that also raises questions about
Saboteur.
yeah, and if that's the case, why is somebody internally leaking it? They're obviously wanting to damage the company, if that's the case. And the question then is why? Is it the content of the game? Is it because of the development cycle and crunch time? Is it just a protest against office standards? Or is it something else? You know, there's lots of questions that are associated with this.
So my understanding, Lauren, is that we do know why they are doing this ostensibly. So they're suggesting that it has to do with this not having a physical media release. What I would say is that that's just a facade for the narcissism that lies behind, because whatever your opinions are on that, to leak this game in this way can only come, I believe, from a young person's complete and total narcissism and naivete. When you're talking about a game that has the possibility of generating $8 billion in the near term in revenue, and when you're talking about a game that has $2+ billion in investment, the people that are going to hunt these individuals down, I mean, this is, it seems silly to say this, but this is like an attack on a physical structure of $2 billion of worth or more.
Yeah,
they will hunt them down ruthlessly, Lauren, and I don't know if they'll find them, but
when it comes to the value wiped out, you're absolutely correct. But this is a conversation that's going on in the industry largely because of what PlayStation has been doing. And the whole piracy argument is that if buying isn't owning, then piracy isn't stealing. You know, and the counter argument to that is, well, you know what the EULA says when you agree to the terms of service. You recognize that you're buying a license to a game and not physical ownership of the game. But a lot of that, I think, is because we have extremely weak consumer protections and we have a legal system that hasn't caught up to EULA abuse. Nobody reads the EULAs. Everybody knows that. And the idea that in the case of GTA in particular, they're charging to have you go to Netflix and watch a preview trailer of this game. The greed of the corporations in this case is beyond staggering, and I feel that in many ways is abusive. This is something that's happening with all of our media as these companies attempt to do away with physical media so that they can continue to sell you the same product over and over and over. They want you on a treadmill for your revenue at all times. And this is something that I think the legal system actually needs to address. Unfortunately, Congress is primarily made up of geriatrics who don't understand how any of this stuff works.
Now, Polygon is reporting on this, and I find it interesting. All the gaming websites, this is all they're talking about. And folks are going to say, well, Pro, you guys don't cover video games a lot. You cover Halo and some other things, and we've covered Mario in the past. Why are you covering this? And it's like, well, it's a $2 billion asset. It's an investment of at least $2 billion, probably $3 billion when you include all the marketing. And it could sink the entire industry. Really. I mean, imagine if this game, if we find out that it's woke and that gets out there online before it releases, you could cut the sales by 30, 40% and unbelievable damage. And you could have another Atari situation where the gaming industry got out of the way of this and then there is no this there for the holidays. Look at Polygon, how much they're writing about this. The aftermath of GTA 6's gameplay leaks has turned ugly. GTA 6 is too big for these leaks to hurt. Oh, it's not. GTA 6 hackers say new leak is meant to punish Rockstar for the ... We'll go there in just a minute. But the new GTA 6 leak implies hackers have a playable build. Ford James reporting on that. We'll go to this one, though. It says, we're not going to read your ads. GTA 6 hackers say new leak is meant to punish Rockstar for the game's lack of discs. CyberLeaks say they are fighting for gamers' rights with recent GTA 6 gameplay and map leaks. Patricia Hernandez writing this one. Lauren, they can say that, but I'm afraid these people, whoever they are, given the value that we're talking about, I'm afraid that they're likely to go to jail for life. And I don't think that I want to go to jail for life for something like physical media discs. I think there are better ways to do this, but maybe I'm wrong.
Well, I don't think they'll go to jail for life. I think that's probably an exaggeration, but there will be a
How long?
penalty. Well,
20 years?
I don't know what the normal statute would say, but I don't think that you're going to get a life sentence for that. We have murderers that are turned out in a few years. And granted, this is a financial crime, and we tend to punish those pretty stiffly, but...
Which is wild.
If
you
you're
take
right,
a life, but don't take my money, right?
But if you're right that this is a kid doing this, or a group of kids, then I have a feeling there will be some leniency involved. Either way, I think the problem with this at large is that, again, it's going to bolster the argument from the publishers that they need to control the media. The irony is that they didn't succeed in controlling the media themselves. They failed in that attempt. So I'm a little more split on this than you are. Do I think this was right and should have been done? No. Do I understand why it was done? Yes. And I think that the industry has done an awful lot of damage to itself. And if it is on the verge of collapse, well, it has brought that on itself. It has been predatory to their own customer base. It has been rapacious in how they continue to boost the costs of all of these games that they have. In the case of Nintendo, for instance, they have an extremely harsh stance on emulation, which is technically allowed. You are allowed to shift software that you have purchased. They're going to claim you haven't purchased to another medium, continue to be able to play it. They are just weakening consumer rights. So I don't have a whole lot of sympathy in this case. That may make me a bad guy, but I'm not going to cry for these guys. They're being predatory.
Is it also fair to say, Lauren, that if they failed to have some sort of system in place to make it where it authenticates only in their offices to play, that this is absolutely incompetent and crazy? Just crazy to have a $2 billion playable build that can be taken somewhere else.
Yeah, it seems to me that there were a lot of failures that had to occur for this to happen, and this would seem to me to be likely at least partially an inside job, but I'm sure more details are going to come out, and we'll hopefully learn more about how it occurred. It'll be interesting to find out whether Leaks actually explains how they did it themselves. They may want to conceal their sources and methods, but if they really want to hurt the company, exposing how this was leaked may hurt them more. You never know.
Yeah, and I'll say this too. It's not going to, the game's going to sell.
Oh,
the game's going to sell. Everybody wants to buy this game. But especially if they put out information, that the game is woke or something like that, they could dampen sales. And for people who are interested in the single player experience, if they're able to successfully disseminate that, what the campaign is, that will definitely also damage. And we're watching that from the investors. Again, we are so early in the story with what's happened today that we don't know how the stock will be affected by the latest. But more than $2 billion wiped off of Take-Two is no small deal. And it could get way, way worse, Lauren. Much, much worse.
Yeah. This is a giant black eye, and especially let's forget even about the story content. If it's woke or if it's not, it doesn't matter. Part of the appeal of these kinds of campaigns, these marketing campaigns, is just the pure surprise of whatever's going to happen on release day when everybody gets it installed and begins playing the game. There's a high there that you chase as a gamer looking forward to release day, and if you choose to watch the footage or see the images that have been released, some of that's going to be robbed for you, and that will depress enthusiasm, whether you are still in favor of the game or not. So Take-Two has definitely got reasons to be very upset here. I'm not saying that they shouldn't be. I'm just saying that, again, a lot of things had to go wrong here, and there should be a lot of internal looking at themselves as well to understand how this happened.
The other thing, Lauren, will add as we get ready to wrap up the conversation, is that I think, too, there are a lot of content creators that are going to fall for this trap. And I think you're going to see a mass exit of content creators because you're going to see people who post this stuff, who post the leaks, right? Don't report on the leaks, but who post the actual leaks, post the actual videos. And as that happens, I think you'll see channel after channel after channel on YouTube and Twitch and all these other places, like Take-Two, this is existential. So they will send every attorney they have, DCMA claims, you'll see all kinds of stuff happening. It will be madness.
They can do that, but it will only compound the problem. This is a news story. This has happened. The information has leaked. News organizations are going to be reporting on it, and people are going to be commenting on it. If you target the people that disseminate the information, these people are also the people that promote your games. They are also the people that do a large part of the marketing for you. And they're not going to take kindly to being DMCA struck, and neither is their audience. So this snowballs if they continue doing this. It would be wiser to express disappointment and say that you wanted to have the audience have a pristine launch experience and that you hope that they enjoy the game. But the second you start targeting the very people who support you, gamers are not ones to take that kind of thing lying down.
Yeah, and to make it even more complicated, you're going to get people who don't know if the content they're about to put on their screen is leaked or if it's from, if it's been allowed to be out there by Take-Two. So you're going to run into all kinds of issues. And Rockstar, of course, demoralized. I mean, this is going to be a heck of a thing. It's the biggest media item we've ever seen, and it's leaked months early. Take-Two's very existence rides on this game. Very existence. So get ready. Get ready. All right, folks, that's the news of the day. Lauren, thank you for coming out here with us and taking some time out. We did the whole pro show and everything, and you've been doing some stuff behind the scenes today on the pro show. But this was extra for us to jump in and say, all right, we've got to cover this. So thank you, Lauren.
Yep, no problem. Happy to be here.
Folks, it's your turn now. Go from being a passive viewer to an active participant. Consider clicking the like button, share, subscribe, drop a comment down below. Let us know your thoughts and weigh in. Is this something that the industry is going to have to contend with because they've done something so unpopular that it's driving people to illegalities? We'd love to hear your thoughts on that. Until the next time, keep learning, keep growing, and as always, keep having fun.